Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Holly griped to Tate about all of their homework before Valentine's Day at the Brady pub. He said he simply intended to spend the day with her when she reprimanded him for having arrangements. Tate revealed that they would be spending the day in their place, the Horton cabin, in response to Holly's constant interrogation. Holly assumed Maggie would be concerned about what Tate and Holly would do, so she was shocked that her grandmother had given Tate the key. Before getting the ferry home, Tate quipped that he had huge plans to start a fire. Holly claimed he knew what she most wanted to do with him when Tate said they could do anything she wanted. Tate didn't want to put any pressure on her, so he inquired if she was certain. After what had transpired with Sophia, she questioned whether he was certain. After agreeing that they wanted to be together, they shared a kiss. At that moment, Sophia approached. She said she might have found a couple to adopt the child after attracting the adolescent's attention. Sophia told Tate about a couple at her church who were thinking about adopting a child since they were having problems getting pregnant. Even better, Sophia's mother liked and knew the pair. Tate was thrilled to hear the news, but he was less thrilled when Sophia announced that the pair had decided to meet right away. She requested that Tate accompany her to the meeting in Horton Town Square. Tate turned to face Holly, who urged him to leave. After being left alone, Holly let out a frustrated sigh. Leo packed away his things at the Body and Soul office and brooded over the loss of his reputation and his literary career. Ready to get to work as Leo's new writing assistant, Doug walked into the office. Leo suggested that he start by carrying his office materials to his vehicle. Leo explained that Doug had been fired as head writer because he was perplexed. Leo and Doug apologized to each other for their unemployment. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on RSC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. Leo attempted to reassure Doug that everything would be alright once he pledged to continue repaying his obligations. Doug reluctantly acknowledged that he had already paid Holly Leo's advance salary, but he promised to request its return. According to Leo, it wasn't required. Since Leo didn't know him well, Doug didn't think it was appropriate to take his money. Leo wouldn't let Doug look foolish in front of a girl he liked. Doug said that he and Holly were merely friends. Leo disregarded Doug's claim and advised him to think about the money as severance. Mr. Stark was thanked by Doug. Leo declared that Doug should call him Leo and that he wasn't a Marvel character. He gave Doug a gentle warning not to spread the word about his good deed since he needed to maintain his curmudgeon-y reputation. Chanel joyfully greeted Johnny with a kiss in Horton Town Square. While he was happy to say that he was feeling much better, he was less happy to say that Body and Soul's Salem reboot was dead. Chanel was informed by Johnny about the network's intentions to relocate the show back to Los Angeles. He also clarified that if the actors and crew made the move, they would still be able to keep their positions. When Chanel questioned if Johnny planned to accept the offer, he replied that he had wanted to discuss it with her. To Johnny's amazement, Chanel stated, "It's a no-brainer." Chanel brought up the fact that they had already discussed moving to California. In response, Johnny reminded her that they had determined it was best for them to remain in Salem. In addition, he wanted to concentrate on their future and didn't want to rock the boat in their relationship. In response, Chanel said that they could work on their relationship anyplace and questioned whether Johnny's decision was related to Joy. Chanel thought Johnny might be attempting to distance himself from Joy because he thought it was what she desired. Since he wasn't even certain she was coming to Los Angeles, Johnny told her that his choice had nothing to do with Joy. They had families in Salem, too. Additionally, Chanel did not want Johnny to give up his dream of becoming a director. In Salem, Johnny thought he might be able to find work or even launch his own production firm. "To start a family with you is my greatest dream," Johnny declared. Chanel confirmed her affection for Johnny with a smile. They kissed each other. Tate and Sophia showed over across the square to meet the couple. Sophia was so anxious that she begged for food. She took a call from the expectant mother, Ellen. Sophia informed Tate that the couple had backed out when she hung up the phone. In an attempt to reassure her, Tate promised that they would locate the ideal pair. Since her mother would most likely find a reason to disapprove of whomever they offered as a choice, Sophia had major reservations. It would never end, she sobbed. Tate presented the couple to Sophia, whom Chanel already knew as a Sweet Bits client, as Johnny and Chanel walked up. After exchanging niceties, Sophia became agitated once more and departed. Johnny and Chanel sympathized with both Sophia and Tate after Tate gave them a quick explanation of the scenario. Since he believed that Sophia had no one but himself on her side, Tate felt primarily sorry for her. Additionally, he felt bad about how Holly was being affected by the circumstance. Johnny and Chanel were sure that he would be able to work things out with Holly. Tate was uncertain about how much longer Holly would tolerate him. Following Tate's departure, Johnny and Chanel took a seat on a bench and discussed how regrettable Tate's predicament was for all parties. Johnny was reminded by the baby talk of how he and Chanel had been looking forward to their own child with joy. The couple talked about how they had been told to wait before attempting again, but they had become distracted by other issues. Chanel explained that if Johnny shared her desire, she still desired a child with him. Johnny enthusiastically said, "Let's have a baby." Holly was still seated at her table when Doug returned to the tavern. He said that his first day of work was also his last day when she inquired about it. He told Leo what was going on, and Holly volunteered to give back the money he had given her. Leo had asked him to keep the money, Doug reassured her. Doug wanted to find another work, but he wanted to know why Holly was by herself. According to Holly, the adoption may be back on. Doug expressed his hope that Tate, Sophia, and Holly would all be okay. Holly wondered if her desire for the adoption was selfish, but Doug reassured her that Tate and Sophia shared her desire. In the end, the adoption would benefit all parties, especially the infant. Doug's motivational speech gave Holly some solace, and she apologized for talking endlessly about her troubles at a time when he had recently lost his job. He mentioned that he might accept her offer to assist him find another work. Holly recommended the Brady Pub as a place to work because of Doug's charisma, which may bring in a lot of tips. Doug grinned and joked about how charming he was with Holly. When Tate entered, he appeared irritated by Holly and Doug's relationship. Tate was asked what had transpired by Holly. He informed her that because the couple had backed out, they were starting over. Alex enumerated all the reasons he ought to remain in Salem in Joy's hospital room. Joy questioned him about whether Stephanie was the real reason he didn't want to go to California with body and soul. Before Joy admitted that she had witnessed Alex and Stephanie sharing a kiss at the nurse's station, Alex pretended to be stupid. Joy wanted to know why, only hours before he kissed Stephanie, Alex had made plans with her. She also wanted to clarify why he was still attempting to worm his way out of the truth. He intended to spend the rest of his life with Stephanie, not her.